So you need to make an offer. You need to create something that people are going to want to buy. Wouldn't it be helpful to find out what people will pay the most money for? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. 5 things people will pay the most money for. All right, the first thing you need to know about creating any type of product and ultimately pricing it is that you're selling the outcome. You're selling the end. I often talk about the transformation, that you're selling an action between getting them from their current reality to some new reality. Well, I want you to think about your product in terms of how effectively and how awesomely you deliver the end. It's not about how many videos are in it, how many pages are in it, or anything like that. That's all just mechanics. And I don't want you to worry about pricing your stuff around that, because at the end of the day, people don't really care about those things. Some people might care, but at the end of the day, they really care about how effectively they're going to get what they want. The outcome, the end of the transformation, okay? So that's what you're selling, and the more you understand that, and the more that you really get them into that mindset, the more you can charge for your products, okay? They're not going to be that impressed with size. They're going to be impressed with how well you get the end job done. Okay, so now that we know that the size of your product in terms of number of videos or how long it is or number of pages really isn't the important thing here, let's talk about what is. And let's talk about 5 specific things. The first one is speed and convenience. Are you shaving time off their journey to that end of that transformation? Are you making it easier for them? Are you going to get them there quicker? Are you going to make it more convenient? Are you removing work from their plate? When you do that with your product and you make it very clear that this is what you're providing as a big, massive shortcut, that will allow you to charge more for your product. Number 2 is simply the done for you component. This is where you're offering to remove the pain from them by simply taking care of it for them. Okay, now this gets you into the area of doing a service, but this kind of product and offer is something that people will pay more money for, because it's not like you're now giving them a bunch of stuff and they got to take their time to learn it and DIY this thing. They're just paying for the end result, and you're going to do it for them. Those types of offers are great. They make really good higher end offers that you can put into your funnel, and I really recommend that you consider doing that if it's something that fits your business. Number 3 is that people will pay for an awesome experience that gives them a status, gives them something that they can brag about, okay? How many times have we seen people who are millionaires and billionaires pay huge sums of money in order to like go up in a rocket or do something cool like that, or you know, get on a sub and go down to the Titanic? I don't know. These are really awesome experiences that people will pay more money for because it's exclusive. Now, obviously, we're not sending people up in rockets, but how can you provide an awesome experience, something that stands out in the mix to your crowd? Not only that, look at the element of status, because people will ultimately pay for an increase in their status. And if the increase in their status is worth more to them than what you're asking them to pay for it, they will buy that thing, okay? So look at how can you increase the value of your offer by turning it into an experience. Can you do a live event around it? Can you, I don't know, do something else that just makes it special, that stands out beyond, hey, here's a collection of ebooks or something, okay? Number 4 is that people will pay more in order to get a competitive advantage over other people, in order to make them out ahead of the trend, and they're getting out ahead of other people. And you could do this with things that are allowing them to take some form of action before other people are even aware of it. You know, and that type of thing people will pay more for, because they've realized that they're getting Everybody's always looking for opportunities. And many times the opportunity is not because it is just because you're first. Okay. And so can you introduce something into your business that you can truly say that you're giving them a competitive advantage over other people? If that's the case, make it clear and you can charge more for that. All right, lastly, and this one is pretty common, especially in the information marketing type space, and that is that people will pay more for access, especially access to you as the expert. Okay. Now this is a really, this is something that you can create higher end offers out of or add value to an existing offer, because information only goes so far. I mean, information is information. It's a bunch of videos, and it contains this inherent promise that the person who buys it is going to have to learn stuff, take their time watching these videos, and then go and do it themselves. Okay. Now, in this world where everything is operating very anonymously and people are talking down to our readers, because this is the flow of the way blogs work, is it's kind of like we're lecturing them. People will pay more to have individual attention, to be able to access the person who's actually creating the course and get direct one-on-one help. Not only that, depending on the level of name recognition of that person, you can charge more. And that's just reality, okay? It's the idea of touching the robe of the famous person. Now, that works to a certain degree with some people, but for all of us, you can make the offer sweeter and more valuable to people by simply providing some level of access. Now, that level of access is going to be contingent on what you're willing to do. If it's going to be truly one-on-one, you're going to be on the phone, that type of thing, you should charge more. If it's email, maybe you charge less. It really is up to you how you want to do that, but access is definitely something that you can charge more for. So those are 5 different things that people will pay the most money for. I encourage you to brainstorm these things, because I don't think that you should be exclusively in the business of selling ebooks or even selling online courses. Online courses are great, but at the end of the day, you need to have a more developed business model than that. And not only that, even if besides making higher end offers, it also helps you sweeten up existing offers, come up with bonus ideas, things that you can provide a time limited offer and say, for this amount of time, I will provide this certain level of access, or some type of a done for you component. But then after this, after the deadline, that's no longer there. You can play with these things, but if you know the things that people truly value, you can then work these into your offers, charge more money for it, and make more sales. So hopefully that was interesting for you and applicable, and I encourage you to put it to use, brainstorm this thing right now, and start coming up with some offers. The cool thing about some of these, especially done for you, is that it does give you an option of creating offers out of nothing. Because done for you is based on your time. It's a service. You don't have to create a big old pile of videos and stuff. So you can literally look at a target market that you're working with and come up with an offer. What can you do for them? It doesn't even matter, quite frankly, if you enjoy it all that much. You know, all it is about providing value to them and something that they value enough to pay you for. And if you do that, you just came up with an offer right then and there. You didn't have to make any videos. Definitely something to keep in mind. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.